Einstein's view that gravity is actually propagated at the speed of light, but we see that that's not at all the case.
Yeah, well, science is going to keep.
I don't want to digress into a whole.
Yeah, science is going to keep morphing and morphing and morphing as our consciousness keeps morphing, because we are infinite in our consciousness, and the more our consciousness wakes up, which the Buddha, historical Buddha, the reason they called him Buddha means awakened one, and they said, "What are you?" Because he came out of meditation and he said, they said he was glowing, and they said, "Are you a god?" He says, "No." They said, "Are you a demon?" "No." They said, "What are you?" He says, "I'm awake." So we're just starting to wake up to the infinite potential that our consciousness has, and as we wake up, there's actually, I'm sure you've read the books too, like the Dancing Woolly Masters, or the, I forget, there's a bunch of them that talk about how our consciousness is actually changing all of science. So when they look at an experiment, they can no longer really tell what the outcome's going to be unless they get all the people out of there, and there's no way to observe an experiment without people observing it, and once people observe it, it's going to change the outcome, because people's consciousness is going to change the outcome of every experiment.
Exactly. First discovered by Heisenberg way back in 1926.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, in fact, I referenced so many of those books within my books, and they really kind of shaped an awful lot of my thinking.
Cool.
It's a terrific book. As old as it is, it's a terrific book.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm ready to take callers if we want to take callers or do whatever, because I can feel there's people wanting to see how this really works.
Sure. You know, what's interesting, too, you were mentioning earlier, Tim, and I didn't get quite the connection when you said that the years of being a Buddhist, now you were going through some pain, and that kind of maybe led you to maybe chiropractic or whatever it was, and I didn't really get quite the connection between you. Maybe I just missed some of it, but can you just clarify that a little bit, because I actually have something to add to that. Okay,
so I did go to, actually after I started having really bad back pain, and the doctor said I needed a back operation. I didn't want to do that. I did go to a chiropractor finally. It did help. I went to an acupuncturist for a while. It did help. I went to another energy healer. The only person that really made the problem go away, because the chiropractor I had to keep going back one every month, and for about 3 weeks I felt really good, and then after a while it would go back to normal. So every one of those modalities only did partial work until I went to the lady actually did quantum touch, and a few, she did Reiki. She was a Reiki healer, a quantum touch healer, and she did a few other different modalities, but she just put her hands above my body, and she sent this energy into my body and all over my body, and wasn't even touching me, and I was laying with my face down and on a massage table, and I can feel where her hands were even though she wasn't touching me, and my whole body would twitch. And that night I went home. I was in the worst pain I'd ever been in, but the next morning and for the next 6 months I didn't have any pain in my back, when I had debilitating pain for so long that the doctor said I needed an operation. So that's when I decided I wanted to be an energy healer, but this lady spoke only Japanese, so I couldn't learn from her. But that's where I went to. I went to the U.S. again, and my little brother turned me on to the emotion code and the body code. So the emotion code and the body code, which is part of the same program that I'm certified with the emotion code on, is what I use to completely get over my nasal problems. I had itchy skin problems, I had gas problems, I had back problems, all these different things that the doctors couldn't do anything about. So I used the energy healing, and it just, I thought, because I grew up Buddhist, and I thought everyone just needed to chant Nam-myoho Renge Kyo, which I do believe if everyone chanted Nam-myoho Renge Kyo, the world would be a better place. But now, I don't think that's the only way. I found that energy healing, along with any other spiritual practice that you practice, whether it's chanting Nam-myoho Renge Kyo or praying to Jesus or whatever you do, it'll just enhance that 20-fold. So that's why I'm a Buddhist and a energy healer all rolled in one, and it's like my two different belief systems now, but it's kind of interrelated.
Yeah, interesting. I have actually had healing from a chiropractor, distant chiropractor. I mean, at first I went to him